Well, welcome back to the Survivalist 2008 channel. Well, tonight I was at the local grocery store and I couldn't help noticing how great the bananas looked. They had so many of them. So I thought, it's been a while since I've dehydrated my own bananas. So I picked up 4 bunches and brought them home. Took about a half hour to cut up about 20 bananas, maybe in 20 or 25 slices per banana. Not really that critical. I don't want them too thick, but if they're a little bit more than a 1/4 inch, a little bit less, it doesn't really matter. So what I've got here is I've got 2, 3, 4, 5 trays. In each trays, I've gone ahead and cut up bananas, and I have those bananas placed in there side by side, and I don't really put more than 1 layer of bananas on each tray. They dry much better if you do it this way. And what we'll do is go ahead and let them dry for however long I think they need to, and I'll bring you back when it's time to take them out. I'll show you what I do with them after I take them out. Now these are set at 135 degrees Fahrenheit or 57 degrees Celsius here. And this is, of course, the setting that they recommend for fruits and vegetables. This particular dehydrator is a great dehydrator. It's made by Nesco. I think I have 4 or 5 dehydrators around the house, so if I find a really good deal on some produce and I get a lot of produce in, then what I can do is go ahead and go to town working on it. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and come back in a few hours and we'll show you what we do afterwards. So stick around and we'll be right back. Okay, we're back. And it kind of looks a little bit like a pizza, doesn't it? But it's not a pizza. We know it's dehydrated bananas. Well, it's been 22 hours. And bananas have quite a lot of moisture in them, so it takes a bit of time to get these exactly the way that I like them. These are slightly moist in the center, and on the outside they're fairly well dried. Now the whole banana itself is very well dried, and it will store nicely in a airtight bag, and we're going to show you in just a moment what I do with these after I have dried them out. But as you can see, they still have a very small amount of moisture in them. Of course, the less moisture that these have, the longer it will safely store. These, I would say, are, I don't know what percentage, but I would say pretty much all of the moisture is gone from these. So they're not totally brick hard, but they're not spongy either. I like them this way, and I could have let them dry it out for 24, 26 hours, maybe longer. As you can see, that's a little spongy, just a slight bit spongy. But anyway, they're going to do nicely. So hang on just a few more minutes. I'll be back and I'm going to show you what we're going to do to put these up for long-term storage. Be right back. Okay, the next stage is getting the bananas in a suitable packaging material. And if you've seen my previous video on saving your old Mylar bags, this will be a perfect way to store your bananas. Now, as you can see, this is a very robust Mylar bag. It's a little bit thicker than what you'd find potato chips coming in. It's really good for resealing. And of course, I have taken this and cleaned the bag out and let it dry and saved it for this particular purpose. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and marked the bag Dehydrated Bananas, August of 2014. And I've also gone ahead and popped up as many of these as I could get and put in here. A little bit difficult, but this little insert in these trays makes it easy to pop the bananas off. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and complete putting these in the bag, and then we'll come back for the final phase of this whole project in just a moment. I'm gonna try one to eat. Be right back. Okay, I've gotten out a clean towel and laid it down here on the workstation, and I've gone ahead and got out my iron and preheated it to kind of a cool setting, kind of a medium, maybe medium cool, kind of warm, not real hot, not extremely hot. And what we'll do at this point in time is we'll go ahead and situate this bag where I can seal this top. Now that's basically how they seal them at the factory when they bring in your chips or whatever. Of course, they have a few other processes that they do. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and press out as much air out of this as I can and try to get all the bubbles out up at the top, and then just take this iron and run it across. Now I'm gonna leave the end for just a moment. Okay, I'm gonna let it stay on there. That's plenty good right there. Oh, it's sealed up nice. You see that? Okay, sealed up. And most of the air is already out of it. Now, I left a little hole at the end. I don't know if you could see it, but it's enough room for a tube, a plastic tube to go through. Now, what you could do with this, especially if you had a large bag, let's say you had 20 pounds of rice that you was putting in a Mylar bag, stored in a 5-gallon bucket. Well, what you'd want to do then is toss in one of those oxygen absorbers before you seal it up. And you get those on eBay or on some of the survivalist sites. Actually, hand warmers that go on sale at Walmart at the end of the winter season. The small ones, I buy those because it's just iron oxide that absorbs the oxygen. But anyway, let's say you threw a oxygen absorber in here, and you had one of those seal-a-mill machines with the optional tube. What you can do is insert the tube in, kind of crimp it off with your finger, and then press down on the seal-a-mill machine, and it would take out absolutely all of the air out of these. But this is good enough for this small bag. And what we'll do now, since I was just demonstrating this little opening, I'll go ahead and seal it up. There's a few little wrinkles here, but I'm not going to worry too much about it. Make sure all the air is out, as much as I can press out, and then tack the end of it. Make sure I get that in good, because there is a few wrinkles. But there, I got it all out. Okay. Now, we're all sealed up. As you can see, there's not much air, there's no air going back in. The bottom is sealed already from the factory. And this is ready to go into my storage container, which is those large blue tubs that you see at Walmart. And I have a few of those around. And this would be a great project to do with the kids, to teach them a little bit how to prep, or maybe a Girl Scout group, or something of that nature. Of course, the only thing you got to watch out for with the kids is be careful and let them know this will burn you. And you might want to do this after the kids have actually done the dehydrating. But that's does it today for this prepper edition of the Survivalist 2008 channel. I appreciate you stopping in, and until next time, take care.